The hottest pop culture stories of the day. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
Okay, you guys. Sydney Sweeney. She's been out and about with her ex? Question mark? Because at the end of the day, Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan DeVino may have called off their wedding, but have they fully called off their engagement? Because they've been out and about all over the place. It never looks romantic, though.
It doesn't. It looks very much so like figuring out
Platonic.
logistics vibes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Like no one seems like they're crying that they're in the same building, but nobody's smiling either. So the stories today have been all about like, why are they still together? What's going on here? And the reality is their lives are pretty intertwined at this point. AKA, they have a house in Beverly Hills together that they completely gutted, thinking that this is where they were going to raise babies there. This is where they're going to grow old together. And it's just a shell of a house, and they can't figure out what to do with it.
I mean, the thing is, they've been together pretty long.
2 years.
Yeah, and their lives are, like you said, like meshed together. This is a divorce without the paperwork.
Right. I mean, it's just so funny to me that oh my gosh, is the wedding still off? Are they are they getting back to? No, they have a house together that they're trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do with it because they can't sell it as is because it's completely torn apart.
Yeah.
Correction. 3 years they were engaged. They'd been together, rumored to be together since 2018.
I was going to say, because when you said that, I went, wow, why do I think it's almost like 5 or 8 years?
Yeah, from an engagement or from a just rumored to be dating standpoint, it's over 7.
So a long time. The big hurdle, and at the time they made it, no, Sydney Sweeney's engaged. But the more and more and more you look into this relationship, there were really no issues in this relationship until Glenn Powell. I'm just saying, last summer when everybody was like, they have so much chemistry, anyone but you, this is huge. And it was like, oh, no, they're just doing this because it makes you want to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
When there was smoke, there was fire with this because I couldn't find, I did my due diligence today and went to all the gossip rags to figure out were there ever rumors about Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan DeVino before Glenn Powell, having issues. None at all. You never really even heard about them. Granted, she wasn't the super famous person she is now.
We had some talk around Euphoria, and then 2020 she started doing classic car renovations. But I will say this, even during the Glenn Powell stuff, they made it really clear, no, because I'm engaged and I'm happily engaged. And so
but was she?
maybe there was cause cracks or maybe there's conversations, but I really don't think that Glenn Powell was, I don't know. I call me naive.
I'm not saying they had an affair.
No, I don't think so. I wasn't saying that either, but it didn't feel like they fell apart during that time.
And I will say the Glenn Powell of it all, like you just kind of alluded to, it came at the same time as her massive blow up as well. Anyone but you, they filmed it in early or mid 2023. Her big blow up was 2022, 2021 in that range there. So I think the idea of utilizing your fame as a tool for publicationship, utilizing who you're dating and things like that, it ended up with Glenn Powell, but I don't know if it was more just specifically him or just the idea that she's becoming a bigger deal.
Or just a different person,
yeah, she's outgrowing a little bit. Yeah.
But guys, come on. She was just at the wedding for his sister, invited to the groom's dinner, who he says that they're best friends, yada, yada, yada. There is something here.
I think they could be doubling back now, her looking into that. And me and Mike both agree that I could see that. But I don't think he was the precipice. I don't think he was the catalyst for their breakup.
Being clear, we both shipped them. We're all shipping this relationship. We want this to happen. They're doing puppy meetups now just so their dogs can, understand how things are going to be and coexist a little bit. That's what I think we're seeing right now. We all want, what did we end up calling them?
Oh, I forgot.
I don't know.
Sweeney
really,
and
it wasn't
Glenn
good
Powell.
enough.
It wasn't. We need to come up with something better, but
it had nothing on our Stockhorn syndrome.
Powini, it was too awful.
Gleany. No.
It was bad. It was forgettable.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. Her new puppy, so cute.
Yeah, it's a German Shepherd puppy, which you have to be a real masochist to say, how busy you are. They're the best dogs ever. But as puppies, they are
a lot.
T-Rexes from 6 months to 2 years. Oh my God. I wish you luck on your journey. I will see you in 2 years.
We had huskies growing up and they'd run away all the time only because they just want to run.
Yeah.
They just want to run. They just
ready,
want to go.
ready.
Yep, they gone.
Ready to run.
But like the idea that she's getting a new dog too. Not new when she's like, well, yeah, a new dog. He's a puppy.
Yeah.
When she's getting a new dog also makes me go, they're definitely over.
Yeah.
They're over. You don't just do that when you already have a dog together.
When when I was dating somebody and we broke up, I took the cat and the dogs. I took all the animals, the 2 dogs and the cat. And right away, my ex got a cat because he's like, I didn't want to have a house without animals when he was used to it. So that makes sense. I do think she's moving on, and I do think they're like figuring out logistics.
So if you're listening and wondering why Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan Davino have been singing together, it's because it's literally, logistics. They have a house in Beverly Hills. They got to figure out what the hell they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
Moving on to another couple who may be in Splitsville. Oh, Sophie Turner. Say it ain't so. She's been dating this bazillionaire from the UK. I think he's like a Viscount, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, his name is Perry. They've been dating.
Peregrine, to be exact.
I thought I pushed something because I touched my...
Every time we talk about him, remember, we used to talk about him more often, and I had to play the Peregrine Falcon sound effect.
That is a noise I never want to hear again.
Whoa, Kendall put her foot down.
Well, lucky for me, we may never have to hear about him again because Sophie Turner has officially unfollowed him. We don't know about him unfollowing her because his account is private, but he has not liked anything that she's posted. He has not commented anything. She's been posting about hanging out with her besties in the Maldives. The last time they were seen together was in March, on March 10th at the Louis Vuitton show. But like, who knows if that was anything more than just we're done right after that.
Yeah.
This is the thing about him, about Perry. Don't do it. About Perry that I think is very interesting. Sophie Turner is worth about $10 million reportedly. Mm-hmm. This man, the son of the 4th Viscount of Coudray, is worth $224 million.
But this is what I love. This is the positive I'm seeing here.
Oh, there was a negative to that?
Oh, no, I'm going to say like with the breakup, the negative to the breakup. Okay. This is the positive I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. We have to learn things from our breakups. And she had this massive breakup with a Jonas. Mm-hmm. And she was very young when she married him. Mm-hmm. And they break up after they get married and it's messy and they've got these beautiful children and all these things. As a single mom, she has to learn fast. Now, all the razzle dazzle of this Viscount, great. Love it. Money, fun. But she goes, I need to be better, stronger, smarter, quicker. If this guy's not the one, I need to learn that quicker. And she is. Mm-hmm. And so to that, you say progression. And we are loving that for her.
We are, because they weren't together super long.
No.
They're finalized. She and Joe Jonas's divorce was finalized September of last year, very shortly after she was seen. And that was just the finalization. Like they'd been split for a while. But that was when shortly after that, she started seeing I'm not saying the full name, Perry, which will not have a bird call with it.
Just Perry.
Just Perry.
It's Perry. Why would
just Perry?
Republican Eagle?
I gotta make it uncomfortable.
That's a Republican Eagle.
Yeah.
So that's why I would do it.
The amount of bird calls on this show.
Our show is mostly bird calls at this point.
Oh, Lord. Anywho, she and Perry, she did tell a couple of people that she was like, this could be the father of my children.
Yeah.
And I think that's also the interesting take.
What's that noise?
Yeah, that was another bird call. Apparently Adobe has an issue. I will just say they also, this is on the heels of what we heard last week, that she is going to be now, it sounds like, full-time taking on the kids and moving back to the UK with the kids.
Yeah.
So this could definitely be also maybe a sign that, you know, her life's going to be changing a little bit. Maybe she was having a good time when they were able to have a little more freedom. And now she's in a position when they were going back and forth with the kids and they were kind of home based in Florida. Now they're going to be home based in the UK. Maybe she's going more mom mode. I don't know.
Or not even mom mode, but maybe this puzzle piece doesn't fit
for sure
with the kiddos. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go, yes, there are people in this life where you go, you're fine when I have 50-50 custody, but you don't work when I have more than 50-50 custody.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fun, flirty, and carefree. And some people, maybe Viscounts, aren't for that.
Okay, so as soon as we were talking about the kids, it did make me think about this. The upper crusty royalty of the UK is notoriously exclusive. Yeah. You don't get to come in here with your crumbs. You don't get to come in here with like, oh, you're famous. We don't care. You're not from high society.
No.
To have a divorcee with 2 children.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that is what the breakup was that the Viscount Daddy-O was like, listen, we have, like, this isn't going to work for us. You need to marry the Princess of Latvia. Like, I don't know. We need to keep it all secular.
I wonder which one happened, but either way, I love that Sophie Turner hopefully is learning quicker and becoming more aware, because we can learn a lot, not only from relationships that work, but relationships that don't work.
And honestly, we love Sophie Turner.
Of course.
We stan Sophie Turner.
She is the queen of the North.
So expect to hear a breakup call pretty soon.
Somebody is breaking up with their tattoos. We've got Pete Davidson. He finally revealed, so as we know, he's been on this journey to get rid of all of his tattoos. He was famous for having just literally in one of the movies he was in, was it King of Staten Island? He just got a tattoo. He's like, why even fake it? Just add it. I don't care. Kind of treated his body like, throw anything on this. And
it is a canvas.
I don't even think he treated it as well as some people treat canvases.
Probably not.
He just said anything on there, it's fine. Well, he have the actual date. He started, I think it was 2020. Yes. He said, I started during COVID in 2020 to start removing my tattoos. It's already spent about $200,000. He's only 30% done. Wow. And it looks like it's going to take him, he said, another 10 years. So he's already put in at 5.5 years. And he said, my arms are pretty much gone and my hands and neck are gone, but I still have my torso and my back. I have to plan it in between work because it's a 6-week healing process each time you get one removed. Each tattoo is 10 to 12 sessions. That's 60 weeks of your life right there on just one tattoo to remove. So it's pretty horrible.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, to be clear, he spent $200,000 removing his tattoos, 30% done.
His body is the opposite of a temple.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think some people look at a canvas and think more about what they're going to put on it than he thought about his tattoos.
I would never. I just own it at this point. Are they that offensive to you? Like, are they that bad?
I don't think they're offensive, but I think you probably got sick of that. It's like a haircut, right? Like, let's say, for example, I got bangs. After a few months, I said, I'm annoyed with these bangs.
Pete Davidson's like 15 years of tattoo removal. I got bangs, and let me tell you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even something as simple as that, but like, that would be annoying. So something permanent that you go, I don't think I want this on me.
And he has spoken about the fact that he made a lot of those decisions when he wasn't sober. Mm-hmm. And he said, now I got sober. I looked into the mirror and I said, nah, I need to change things up a little bit. That's what he said on Today.
But Kendall, to be clear, he started this in 2020, far before he got sober.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because like that does make me go, all right.
That was a time in my life I would like to move on.
Yeah, like that's not even who I am anymore.
But keep in mind, he is an actor. And you can have all the tattoos you want, but if you're going to do a movie and they don't want you to have tattoos, that's going to put you in that makeup chair 3 hours earlier.
Well, I remember even thinking when I was on the television side of things, it was like, if I want a tattoo, I need to make sure it's somewhere completely hidden. It's never going to even have a chance of coming out because I might not get hired like that because I have some tattoo that I thought was fun when I was 18.
And I think we are definitely at a place where most roles he takes, he'd be fine. But there are some roles. And I think even now in our news people, like Chris Eggert has really cool tattoos that he has no problem showing and looks, I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I could see you just going, when your whole body's covered, that defines you at that point. Be it good or bad, it's something that defines you. And if you're somebody who goes, yeah, I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's permanent.
I just like to get rid of all of them. I'd be like, okay, We're only 30% done. It's been $200,000.
What are the
nearly
chances?
$250,000? How many of these am I like, I can probably just deal with like
4.
this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
This tiger tattoo really is fine.
I'm fine with it.
That's cool.
But you wonder then, like, which ones do you pick? And if you're going to be in there, you might as well. I don't know. And then here's the real question. Does he ever get another tattoo?
Oh, God, no. If you're spending that much money and just convert one you've already got.
Right?
Like, we can change the X to an S.
Like, I had a naked girl and now I have her in like a milkmaid costume. I don't know. That's a different vibe.
Now she has angel wings.
Yeah, totally.
Ugh.
I think it's so enthralling.
The most ridiculous one, his right pec. He's got the alien head from the movie Mars Attacks. You know the movie Mars Attacks? That ridiculously...
Yes, everyone hates, but became like a cult classic.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Run around and they talk like
it's
that.
Like every celeb from that.
That's like the peregrine noise.
Kind of, yeah. What was it called? Okay, I gotta grab it. But that is one of the tats that are right there on his chest. It's unbelievable.
Like a peregrine noise?
Yeah, it was very similar to that noise right there.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hate that.
There you go.
There he is.
It's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
I feel like it's like not too bad. Like it's not as sharp as some things could be.
It hurts.
It hurts. Not as bad as tattoo removals, says Pete Davidson.
I guess.
That's Mars Attacks. This movie
that sounds exactly like the peregrine.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Did you never see this movie? Had everybody in it.
No, I never saw it. Clearly.
It had Jack Nicholson, Jack Black, Annette Bening, Danny DeVito, Lisa Marie, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker,
Martin Short, Tom Jones, Natalie Portman. I mean, every A-lister.
Christina Applegate. I mean, they put everybody in this movie.
Was this in the 90s?
Yeah, 95.
Okay.
96.
Yeah, this seems pretty all the names you just went, I was like, that sounds like my childhood.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely freaking.
I wouldn't recommend watching it.
No, it's not good.
It's terrible.
Cool. Thanks,
you
guys.
Can skip it.
I'll skip it.
Okay. Scarlett Johansson has this big career move, but unfortunately, there's some stuff that's overshadowing it. We've talked about it a little bit, but it's time to really dig deep since we are about a month away from her directorial debut. It's a movie that Scarlett Johansson has been working on for a while now. It's called Eleanor the Great.
Is that the photographer?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Or it's about somebody in World War II. I'll look it up. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yes. Eleanor the Great is about, this one is that New York City thing, I think, is the one.
I was not thinking of the right one.
No.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So, no, the answer is no.
The answer is no. Not that movie.
No. But I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah. That one came out a little bit ago.
That was Kate Winslet. Never mind. Yep.
So, as we said, Scarlett Johansson is making her directorial debut in 1 month at Cannes Film Festival. Now, that's exciting, right? Like, she's taking on the director role. This is really big for her and her career. The only and I don't want to say it's a problem, but something that keeps coming up is that the production company behind it is Wayfarer Studios. As we know, that is Justin Baldoni's studio. Mm-hmm. Here's where it gets tricky. We know Justin Baldoni is currently in a lawsuit with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is Scarlett Johansson's ex.
Oh, it's so messy.
It's so messy.
And not just Justin Baldoni, but Wayfarer themselves. Aspects of Wayfarer are also in the lawsuit.
Yes.
So
1,000%.
Yeah, this is the actual studios also in that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have people been asking her about this or bringing it up at all?
No. The only thing me and Mike were kind of racking our brains. We remembered something kind of goofy happening, and it was at the 50th anniversary. We had the big parties and all the events for the 50th anniversary for SNL. At that event, there was some blinded things that came out, some secret rumblings behind the scenes that when Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which they attended, it's the first thing and the last thing that they publicly attended together since the lawsuit. There were rumblings that the cast and crew were cold to them because of Scarlett Johansson's relationship. Her husband is one of the news anchors on Weekend Update, Colin Jost.
they didn't just make an appearance. You remember the iconic moment when they were like, why? What have you heard?
Yeah.
Like talking
Ryan
about,
Reynolds,
how you doing? Oh, why? What have you heard? Good. So they made a scene there as well.
Yeah.
How uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, okay, let's just go into the position of like full on. Obviously, this project was being made and in the works, and the deal was done far before anything to do with his harassment lawsuit came to light. But you gotta think that somewhere at some point, Justin Baldoni, while struggling on the set with Blake Lively, said something to Scarlett Johansson and was like, hey, so I know it's weird that you were married to her husband, but do you get along with her?
Yeah.
Like, there is a world where they talked about this together. And not in the way, like, not in a good way.
Because think about it in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
If, like, let's say I have an ex-husband and Kendall starts working with him.
Yeah.
You guys are going to mention at some point that connection. You just are.
You're going to. Like, it's going to come up. Like, that's what, and like, because of what we know about the movie, because of the interviews he did before the lawsuit came out, and because of the red carpet, like, you know that there was tension on the set. And then because of what we read in the lawsuit, there was tension. Like, whether it was like harassment tension, whether it was we don't like each other tension, whether it was sexual connection tension, like whatever it was, there was tension there. There's no way it didn't get brought up.
Yeah.
At some point with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, the filming had been wrapped of Ends With Us for 4 months, 5 months before principal photography even began for this Eleanor the Great movie. So there's no question from a timeline standpoint, all the drama had already taken place.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
I love Scarlett Johansson too.
Yeah, of course.
She's Jordan's like hall pass.
Really?
Look at her. I'm like, she's my hall pass. Can I get in on that?
Same. And she's going to be the last person on SNL to close out their 50th season for hosting too. So.
Oh, really? They announced that?
They did.
Officially? Yep.
Yeah.
He's got a little movie to promote called Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Oh, not Eleanor the Great.
Not Eleanor the Great.
No, which does look adorable.
Do a little bit more from a box office standpoint.
Whatever.
It does look adorable, though. It looks like a fun movie.
Okay. We have to get to this Shady Boot story. I DM'd Brittany today on TikTok because Paige DeSorbo was in my feed. And like, we have to listen to this. And Brittany, you have to discuss.
Okay, Paige DeSorbo, as we know, she's from Summer House. She dated somebody from Southern Charm named Craig Conover. There's just a lot of shade. He's been making the rounds, really talking absolutely awful about this woman. Here is her on Watch What Happens Live last night, I want to say. Yeah.
What was your reaction to Craig saying on Watch What Happens Live that the breakup was not a mutual decision?
Oh, I mean, obviously, yeah, it wasn't. I broke up with him, but I felt like he was saying that because he wanted that like victim, like he wanted people to be like, she did it, she caused this. And so I was like, okay.
Is there anything Craig said during the Southern Charm reunion that you either want to counter or clear up?
I mean, all of it. I loved listening to it because I was like, what a fun story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you consider marrying at BravoCon?
Andrew.
I
look like the kind of person that has the phrase convention center in her wedding invitation.
Earlier this year, there were rumors that you were dating a fella. How would you characterize your relationship with him?
Absolutely dating people, nothing serious, but having a very good time.
I don't care about their story whatsoever. I'm officially a Paige DeSorbo fan. She's fully for that line of, I listened to everything you said and said, what a fun story.
I loved hearing it. And the best thing is, you can't even quote that for headlines because without her shade and like her nuances, it's not a good headline.
No, you'd go, okay, I don't get it.
I don't get it. So she said, what? I love it. We love Paige. We die for Paige.